Hey everybody, I think it's June 2nd, and here in North Carolina we had a couple of weeks of rain, so I haven't been at my mom's in over a week. So let's see, I wanted to show you. See, where I live it's partial shade, but here it's full sun, so everything grows. So there's some of my dill that I planted last year, and what I do, I bought probably $20 worth of dill plants, and I bought them because if you grow tomatoes, a lady told me that the small flowers on the dill, there's a wasp that likes these small flowers, and they lay eggs on the tomato worms. So that's one way you don't have to use pesticides, and I do my best not to. So I let all this dill go to seed. You can use fresh dill when you cook. Right now I'm letting it flower, and then later on you will have these little seeds that dry, and you can collect them for cooking. I use the dill for my fish. I collect them for cooking, or just let them go to seed, and that's what I did. So I didn't have to plant any of the dill that I have, and I have more dill plants. Now here I did the same thing with cilantro. I let a lot of my herbs flower for the beets, and then they go to seeds. Now you can, I think cilantro becomes what, coriander or something like that. It's a different, you have the seeds, but I don't use that. I use the cilantro for my salsa, of course, but like parsley and my mind just went blank. The cilantro does not like the heat, so it's going to seed, but it let it go to seed, and then you don't have to plant. It comes back up, so it kind of just self-seeds. Now my lettuce, it's went to seed, of course, because of the heat. Now I'm going to try the same thing. I have never let my lettuce go to seed, so I thought I will just experiment and see if then I won't have to plant my lettuce. So I've got a lot of work to do. I got to pull up some stuff. Ooh, and I planted these last year. It looks like some poppies or something. I had a wildflower mix, so definitely got some poppies there. My cucumbers are coming along. No blooms yet, but I've got a lot to pull up here. It weeds real bad here, so this ivy here, I mulched it heavy, but I still got all this ivy I got to deal with. You just can't do anything with it. I pull it up. It's just so horrible here at my mom's. We're working on this, doing a bed. I'm gonna wait till we get the money for the more blocks. This is like $25 or $30 a pot when we go get blocks. So we got to work on the next level for that. And we're doing this like several years ago, before James, when we were dating or courting or whatever. Live with him now, but he did these blocks for me. And these I don't have really no weed seeds hardly, because it's up higher, and then when people are weed eating or whatever, I don't have no weeds in there. Plus the dirt's real soft and everything. So I got to start over here. But there was this tree here years ago, and I tried to fill up the hole, and it just won't fill up. So my mom don't come down here by herself anymore, but I fell too. So I said, I got to do something with it, So that's why we're trying to do this, to take care of a whole issue. And I planted these last year, these bachelor buttons, and they're real pretty. And looks like the bees are really loving the bumblebees, carpenter bees. I'm worried about our bees because this hornet that's come from Asia, it's going to eat up and kill all our bees. Now I've got to tie this plant up. I'll do that later. I think these are some romas. And I've been having problems with peppers for some reason this year. All my peppers, everyone I've planted, or the bugs are eating them up, and I don't, use some pesticides. I got a squash plant there. Marigolds are not doing good. I planted them too early, and then it kind of had a cold snap. Now they're perking back up. Now these potatoes, I planted last year in the fall. I was experimenting there. I usually plant potatoes early, like February here in North Carolina. They can take a little frost, but I bought like a 5-pound bag. I bought too many, and so I thought, well, I'll experiment, and I put them in the ground about October, and then I didn't plant any here, so this is what's come up from the winter. So let's go over here, and whew, I'm getting out of breath because you're seeing what I'm seeing. I haven't seen anything in a week. There's now this catnip. I started this bed last year and it's got a lot of grass. I've got to get that out, but I compost in place, so I pulled up a bunch of catnip in the front and laid it down, and so now I have catnip. I'm probably gonna have to cut it, but I had a couple of volunteer tomato plants. They're probably tomatoes. Oh, and I got a pepper. What about that? My first pepper that's come up. And we plant peppers, pull peppers a little early. I think I'm gonna pick. This is a gypsy. These have really good taste. So I'm gonna pull that. So maybe I'll get some peppers. My pepper plants are just not doing good this year. I always have so many peppers. This is a sage plant that was really beautiful last year. I've kind of let it go to seed. But let's see. So I have some little babies that's coming up. So I'm going to have to trim that up. Then, let's see, this is some rosemary I propagated a couple years ago. There's another dill plant that's like crazy. And I planted them for the butterflies too. Got some tomato plants here that's looking good. I'm starting to get some blossoms. And I planted, looks like some seeds, and looks like, I think this is basil there. I got some basil seeds that have survived, but looks like all the flowers just didn't make it. So that's about it. I mean, I grow a lot of tomatoes, so I'm not going to show you all that. And this is lemon balm bed that I didn't know it would spread, and I've been battling that for a couple of years. So don't forget, hope you like it, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.